For today's video, I am combining an MS video and my happiness video. When you have an illness like MS, or really any chronic debilitating illness or injury, your chances of having depression are greatly increased, especially for ones that can affect your brain. If you already suffer with depression and anxiety, it can really intensify that. Hi there, welcome back to MS 24/7 366. I'm really glad you could join me today. Last week was pretty bad. I don't feel like I found much to be happy about at all. I was relatively unproductive, and about the only good thing in my week last week was having my granddaughters around. There was probably more, but I really can't think of it. So instead of a happiness roundup video, I'm going to talk about using positive psychology to help get through times like this. There's a workbook that you can download on the National Multiple Sclerosis Society's website, and it's called Everyday Matters: Living Your Best Life with MS. And it contains so many good things in it, I think I'm going to call it my happy thing for the entire last couple of weeks. What exactly is positive psychology, you ask? Well, here's the definition from the Positive Psychology Center at the University of Pennsylvania. Positive psychology is a scientific study of the strengths that enable individuals and communities to thrive. The field is founded on the belief that people want to lead meaningful and fulfilling lives, to cultivate what is best within themselves, and to enhance their experiences of love, work, and play. Now, the wonderful thing would be if I would remember I have this available to me when I'm feeling the way I have been. Of course, I never do. Maybe by doing this video, it will remind me to put it foremost on my list of daily activities, or at least on the home screen of my laptop. Okay, let's look at the principles of positive psychology. I am going to be referring to the workbook I have from the National Multiple Sclerosis Society quite frequently, so you might want to download it or not. I'll put a card right here so you can get it, or you can just go to the website and get it, download it. The best part of all this is that the main focus of positive psychology is growth and well-being, and the fact that most people do actually want happiness. Now, how we go about it is different for everybody. It could be through work, through play, through family, whatever. The workbook gives some really good ways to apply positive psychology to dealing with chronic illness, or just achieving that happiness that we all inherently want. If you have MS or any chronic illness, then you know that with that comes challenges that can either break you or make you stronger, emotionally and physically. You may also feel like you are all alone a lot of the time. Some of that comes from isolation due to mobility issues, or just isolating so nobody sees you at your worst. I know I'm speaking in a generalized way about all this, but it's actually all about me and what I actually do, and the things I would love to change. With all the changes that I experience in my disability level, and those seem to change daily sometimes, there can be a lot of not knowing what to expect, not knowing if I can do any of the things I need to do, let alone want to do. I thought that I would put this in with my hashtag Kelsey's 100 Happy Days videos, because it's really about me changing my thinking and bringing more happiness into each day, just like this challenge. Some of the ways to do this, some I have tried, or I'm going to try, to incorporate into each day, have come from this workbook. I think that it's a good idea to share them with as many of you as I can. When it comes down to it, everybody wants to be happy. In some respects, that's what helps me get out of bed every day. So what can I try to get happier each day? Meditation. This one I know works. I used to meditate regularly when I was doing yoga more consistently. I haven't for quite a while. I do hope to get back to both of those things in the coming weeks, because exercise is also one of the ways that can help you be happier. I know it sounds backwards, but physical activity increases endorphins, which trigger positive emotional change. Another thing I have done but don't currently do, we may be seeing a pattern as to why I've had so many crappy weeks lately. Anyway, the other thing is a gratitude list. Each night I would go through and list to myself everything I was grateful for that day. You could also do something as simple as listing at least 2 or 3 things each day, or throughout the day even. Something new that I'm going to try is listing my personal strength and working on one of those each week, whether that strength is humor, perseverance, love of my family, or whatever. The next couple of weeks are going to be pretty busy. It's time for me to get my lower back injections again. I get those next week. And then the following week, I am starting a new medication, Ocrevus. I'm thinking about vlogging that experience for you all, because I'm sort of nervous about it. But that'll be for another video. I also need to work on the isolation stuff. The workbook lists key points to building your community. Things like one of your most valuable resources is social support, having caring people around to help boost you when you can't get the boost yourself. Social relationships are one of the best investments you can make to help get through tough times when dealing with chronic illness. It also suggests reaching out to one person and reconnecting to strengthen your relationship as a way to build your happiness. The rest of the work in this involves changing the way you think. Instead of thinking today is going to suck because, try changing it to today is not going to suck because. Or better yet, remove the negative words altogether and say today will be awesome. No because, no despite, it just will be. And look for the things in your thinking and your behavior that lead to using negative wording in your statements. Try to stop those patterns. Let's try to not use negative phrases to express how we are feeling or how we are doing. I am going to do my best to say things to myself like, good job on the dishes, instead of saying, I only got the dishes done, not the laundry and vacuuming and whatever else too. I know I do that to myself a lot. I also do it when I talk to anybody, and I need to stop that. My commitment to me is to be proud of what I am, what I do, what I have done, and what I will do. Stop focusing on what I can't do as well anymore, or at all in some instances. Give myself a break. Some days are going to be less productive than others, and those are okay too. Honestly, I don't know if you'll find any of this helpful, but I know it has been a huge help to me and my attitude. Sometimes I just have to think I'm telling things to somebody else in order to hear it for myself. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you learned something about yourself and your happiness. Maybe you learned stuff about me. If you liked this video, hit the like button, and if you enjoy watching my videos, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know when I upload a new video, hit the notification bell. Remember, life doesn't stop just because you have to.